Hi folks, Poster, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and yay, we got Garchomp's grid out of nowhere, even though I was expecting it last month, but, well, it didn't come last month. Well, not last, I get, we're still in April, I guess this month, although it's like late April. I was expecting it this month, but it looks like it's not gonna be this month, but it's gonna be next month. We're still getting her sync grid, so that's fantastic. Right. So, anyways, let's go over Cynthia's sync grid, and it's good. It's good. It's good. It's not it's not like anything. It's not like Steven or Guzma levels of or Torkoal levels of insanity, but it's still a really solid grid, right? So, going over it. Obviously, first you could see 4 sync move power up for some reason. Is that really relevant? Not really. I mean, maybe you could do something with that, but it's not that big of a deal. So first of all, let's check out Slash. So there's a lot of stuff you could do with Garchomp, right? You got Slash Critical Strike 3. So that's an extra 30% on Slash. A lot of people are, contemplating doing the Slash build right now just because you get Critical Strike 3 on Slash, which again, Slash is a 2-gauge move, right? So that's an extra 30% on Slash. How much move power was Slash again? Let's see. All right, let me check. Ground type, Mega Garchomp, since only Mega Garchomp has Slash, right? That's Earthquake. Slash, that's 50. Well, you need to, get its sync move up, right? So, up to, level 3. So, that's, I don't know what that is, but, let's just say 60, right? 60 times 1.3, that should be 78 power on a 2-gauge move. So, yeah, as long as you're always critting, as long as the opponent doesn't have any crit protection, right? You should be good there. And speaking of crit, you get Sharp Entry 1, which raises user crit when the Pokemon enters the battle. Is that really that big of a deal? It really depends. I mean, if you're using a Sandstorm team with Garchomp, which like 80% of the time you will be using a Sandstorm team with Garchomp, you don't really need Sharp Entry since you get max crit anyways. I guess if you're doing battle, but like that's nice to have, but either way you will ensure that you'll get max crit regardless, with or without Sandstorm. Without Sandstorm you go Sharp Entry. With Sandstorm you don't need that, right? Speaking of Sandstorm, you got a lot of sand stuff. So you got Sands of Time 2 here, which quickly charges the move gauge and Sandstorm, right? You also got Sand Screen, Sand Shelter, finally. So Garchomp doesn't. This triggers me so much. Every time we use Garchomp with Acerola, a ground type Pokemon, and I know it's not Garchomp exclusive. It happens to everyone in this game, but like seeing Garchomp take damage from Sandstorm when in the main series the dude it's like a Sandstorm Pokemon, right? It's just I get super annoyed by that. But thankfully, only for 3 energy, you will not have to take any more damage in Sandstorm. And then you got Sand Screen, which special defense increases 50% in Sandstorm, which is nice, I guess. It depends on what you're fighting. This could be situationally useful, right? Soothing Sand, which you heal in Sandstorm. Build up. Here's the other Sandstorm thing. Surging Sand 3, which is an extra 30% on top of your already, Surging Sand, is it 5, if I remember correctly? Yeah, Surging Sand 5, so you get an extra 80% boost in Sandstorm. That's phenomenal. Build up, you ensure the next attack will be a crit after using the sync move. This is completely pointless. I do not know what use this is. Like, what is the point? I don't know. I don't get this. Like, you could get max, like, crit already. Like Sharp Entry is just like 2 energies more than build up, and that ensures every single move will be a crit, instead of just that one move after you sync. So I don't know what the point of this is. This is like completely useless. So there's that. You got Ramming Speed. The more the user's speed has been raised, the more it powers up moves, which is phenomenal, right? So Garchomp is going to hit like a truck afterwards. And also it goes through your Earthquake, nodes as well. So there's that. Earthquake move gauge regen 4, so that's nice. So you got Stomping Tantrum move gauge refresh. You don't have a Slash move gauge refresh, unfortunately. You got Stomping Tantrum, Defense Crush 4. I don't know how useful this would be. Honestly, I think most people will go for Earthquake grids. Maybe some people will go for the Slash for the Critical Strike 3, which is again phenomenal, right? But if you're just trying to get to Ramming Speed and you're going through Earthquake anyways, you probably won't have enough energy. Oops. to go through that whole. Oh, cool! It saves the whole thing. To go through that whole system, anyways, right? So. You also get this match is 2 fun MP refresh, so another way to ensure that, although it's only 30%, you get max crit, right? So, oh no, never mind. I thought that was another NPR, but yeah, you don't have to worry about crit anymore with Cynthia. So you also have this match is 2 fun propulsion 3, 40% chance of reducing the sync move countdown. Ignore the 3; it's 3 plus 1. Mildly good chance is 40%. Has 40% chance of reducing the user's sync move countdown by 1 when the user's move is successful, right? So that's nice, but like, would it, I mean, it's really good if it triggers, but if it doesn't, then, I mean, that's 10 energy. It's pretty costly. Again, it's really good if it triggers, but it's really costly, and it's on like a move that is limited. You only have 2 uses unless you have MP refresh, which if you are going for this, you definitely would want MP refresh, right? So I'm not like it sounds good on paper, but it's just, I don't know, like it's only like 40% on something that's not even like, you know, it's not even unlimited, right? So there's that as well. X attack MP refresh, that's pretty standard. And then as for the stats, you get, well, this is not a stat, but you get 24 extra on slash with crew. Wow, never mind. That's even better than I thought. I totally forgot about the staff, the slash buffs there. Earthquake. Wait, then how much would that be? 60 plus 24. That's 84. 109. Earth power is 100. Well, 100. You know, before you boost its sync move, it goes up to 120. But, like, again, this is a 2-gauge move. It doesn't have move gauge regen, unfortunately, which Earthquake does, right? So, there is that to consider. But, again, Earthquake, Slash are all really great options now. Stomp Tantrums is... I mean, Stomp Tantrums is not bad, but it just gets outclassed by these two, in my opinion, right? Defense Crush is nice, but it's only, it's only 50%, and also it's not even, a lot of opponents do have like reduction to stat debuffs as well. So as for the stats you get, let's see, 15 attack, or 20 attack. So you get 20 attack here. You get 10, 20 speed. 70 HP for some reason. Not that anyone's gonna go for this node. It's like 8 energy. 20, well, maybe someone will, but 15 special defense, 15 physical defense. So really solid grid. Like, look at all this like damage buff you get. Like, you get ramming speed, you get extra searching sand 3, right? Like, a lot of really great stuff, right? And you also get sands of time 2, which is great. Sand stream, which could, and finally we got sand shelter. So for all of you guys, like I told you guys before, do not roll lucky cookies on units that don't have their sync grids yet. If you rolled for Surging Sand on Garchomp, which is not Surging Sand, Sand Shelter. If you rolled for Sand Shelter on Garchomp, which is good, Sand Shelter is good. But if you only waited until Cynthia got her sync grid, you could have only gotten Sand Shelter for only 3 energy. Like, if it was like a really costly, move, it was like 10 energy, then fine. It's debatable if it's worth it or not. It could potentially be worth it, but like, this is only 3 energy, man. Ooh, that's folks who rolled Sand Shelter. Slight L here. And by the way, this is not even like unlocked. This is not even locked under like 2 or 3 dupes, right? So yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Let's talk about Lucario. There we go. Lucario's sync grid. Lucario's sync grid is pretty interesting. So basically, what Lucario's sync grid is attack buffs. This guy's so many attack buffs. Okay, so you got move gauge refresh on Power Up Punch, which obviously does entice you to use Power Up Punch to increase your attack, because you increase your attack every time you use Power Up Punch. And also there's plus 18 power on Power Up Punch, which is huge, right? You get Boiling Point 6, which once per battle radically raises the attack when in a pitch, so that's plus 6, which I don't think anyone's going to use this. Well, maybe in some scenarios where like it's like the last thing and like the battle's about to be done or whatever, right? So there's that. Let's see what else. That increases attack. I think there's like one more. Oh, Power Up Punch Match Strength 4 has a good chance of raising the Pokemon's attack when one of its attacks is successful. So when you use Power Up Punch, you have a 40 or 50% chance of getting +2 attack instead of just, you know, +1. You get Fierce Entry, raises user's attack when the Pokemon enters the battle, right? So you just got like a bunch of attack buffing stuff in the dude's Sync Grid. So as for the other stuff, what everyone wanted, close combat status quo, 40% chance of returning your lowered stats to normal when you use close combat, right? Which is in this case your both your defenses, which is huge for Lucario, right? If you didn't roll for Enlightenment 9, this would be phenomenal, right? So there's that. You do get status quo on close combat, which is honestly the most important thing for Lucario at the moment, because like Lucario very powerful, cannot take a hit. You cannot take a single hit. So this is great. Scan up through MP refresh, that's pretty standard. Vacuum Wave, move gauge refresh 9. This is very interesting. So 9 is a guaranteed refresh, right? So it means every single time you use Vacuum Wave, your move gauge will be refreshed. Vacuum Wave, if I remember correctly, should be a 1 gauge move, right? How much power was Vacuum Wave? Let me check. So, let's see. Yeah, Vacuum Wave, 1 gauge move, 20 power. So with all this, you get an extra 15 power. So you get like 35 power on a 1 gauge move. That has a guaranteed move gauge refresh. So you're literally, it costs nothing to use Vacuum Wave. You do not use any move gauge to use Vacuum Wave. So what this is doing, in my opinion, is I think it's encouraging people to use Vacuum Wave so that you could spam it quick enough without worrying about move gauge at all, so that you get Lucario to Mega as soon as possible. Since you do not have to worry about move gauge at all, you just spam it and then you just go into Mega, and then once you're at Mega, you have just a full, you know, plethora. You just have a full gauge of gauges to just close combat the heck out of your opponent, or Power Up Punch, whatever, you know, you want to do, right? So that's what I think they're going for over here, which is pretty cool, right? So I got Dire Hit MP Refresh 2, that's pretty standard as well. That's okay, these are super, like, the numbers are super inconsistent. Just go with the language. Moderate chances 40%. Wait, moderate chances, oh wait, is it moderate? Yeah, moderate is 40%. So there's that. Close combat move gauge refresh 3, that's great. You got what, 16 extra damage boost on close combat, which is already like, yeah, 124 to begin with, so that's what, 140, right? And then if you max out the sync move level, that's even more. Sound Reserves, once per battle, charges the move gauge by 6 when the user is in pinch. Not really. Don't do that. Scout through Berserker. Oh, there's another attack raising thing. Raise the user's attack when a move is successful. Every time you use Scout through, you raise your attack as well by 1 in addition. So yeah, this guy, let's see how many stuff, like, so you got the Power Punch stuff, that's 1. I mean, it's not technically, but I mean it is what it's trying to do, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 nodes dedicated to raising Lucario's attack. I think we got the message. I think we got the message. They want us to raise Lucario's attack when using Lucario. So after the stat nodes, surprisingly enough, there's actually not a lot of attack nodes. There's like 2. There's plus 15 attack. For speed, there's 10 over here. 10 over here is 20. 25, 30, so extra 30 speed. Special defense, that's 20, 25. Oh, that's actually a lot. 20 extra 25 special defense. And 25 defense and 50 HP. Oh, also Power Reserve 5. Powers up moves by 50% in a pinch. So there's that. That's for Lucario's grid. Oh, never mind. There's an extra 2 attack nodes over here. Okay, they missed that. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing with this. Like, Lucario seems really good. Although again, do keep in mind it's a free to play unit. We won't have all these unlocked at launch. We don't have the 3 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 stuff, right? So we won't have Power Up Punch, move gauge refresh, this Power Up Punch buff over here. We won't have Fierce Entry. We won't have Power Reserve, which is kind of whatever. Who cares? We won't have Scan on through Berserker. We won't have this one Close Combat power up. We won't have Close Combat Status Quo, which is the big one, right? And we won't have Boiling Point 6 when this first comes out, unless you use a move candy on this, right? Unless you use a move candy on Lucario, you won't be getting the full grid at the moment. So I don't know. Like, Lucario's a really good, fighting type striker, right? So like they dropped it with Wally at the same time. So I think I still think Wally's better, especially without the status quo on close combat, right? But it makes it so that, and I love Wally, but it just makes it so that some people waver on something on Wally, right? Would you really watch someone on Wally when Lucario's, arguably almost as good? I really don't think Lucario is as good as Wally, right? But especially with the restrictions at the moment, since you can't get close combat status quo right now, unless you use a move candy. But I don't know, man. This is kind of weird. But hey, congrats to Lucario. Really good sync grid. Anyways, moving on. Last one here. And this is just absolutely insanity. Look at Swanna's sync grid. And again, do keep in mind, we don't get all of this at the start, right? 3 out of 5 is unlocked, or is locked behind the next grid. So, the thing that's everyone's been waiting for. Master Healer. Master Healer, Master Healer. Got both. Potion MP refresh. What is this? Another Potion MP refresh. This is insane. So this is basically Pikachu with an extra chance for Potion refresh. Remember, these are separate values. They don't stack. These don't stack. They're separate values. So when you use Potion, you roll one chance for this and roll one chance for this. So like theoretically, if you were down to like if you're down to your last potion, and then you're only 1 out of 2 uses on potion, and then you use another potion, theoretically you could go from 0 out of 2 to 2 out of 2 on potion if you get both rolls on the same. But like, this is incredible. What the heck? It was nice knowing you, Pikachu. I mean, it really Pikachu been huge help on Valville runs, all that stuff. Love Pikachu, was super helpful. Probably we got Swanna now. Although to be fair, Valville, you do use 9 units per day, so I joke about that, but we're probably still going to be using Pikachu. So don't worry, Pikachu fans. We're probably still going to be using Pikachu, just because we get to use both, and also Swanna. You still have this unlocked. The second MP refresh on potion still unlocked, or still locked behind the next dupe, right? So there's that. So going over its other stuff, right? So you get Gus move gauge refresh. And here's another thing about Swanna versus Pikachu. Swanna does get that extra it does get that extra potion MP refresh, but Pikachu can get all the potion stuff, the Master Healers, and that one potion move gauge refresh, but also get the hostile environment on Thundershock, as well as the move gauge refresh on Thundershock, right? So for like tech purposes, Pikachu's better, much better, and but for healing purposes, Swanna is just much better in that case, right? So again, this is locked behind your next dupe, but once we do get that, you got a Gus move gauge refresh, right? You got some Gus power ups. And then you also have Gus staggering, which has a small chance of making the target flinch when the attack is successful. That's what, 20%, right? Fanfare 2, which sharply raises attack of all allied sync pairs after using a sync move. Not sure if you'll ever use that. Swanna's sync move. I mean, it's not bad. Actually, you know what? I take that back. You probably would use it, right? Especially if you're using, like, a Mega Pokemon. If you're using, like, I guess, like, Cynthia or whatever, right? Or Blue, whose sync move is kind of whatever. Once you get your first Mega, you don't really need to use it. It's, like, not that big of a deal. It doesn't do that much damage. So maybe you could use in those scenarios. And then you also have Take Flight MP refresh, which is phenomenal as well. This is, again, huge. I don't think a lot of people aren't talking about this enough. You also got Fanfare 2. Oh, wait, we're going to talk about that. Because we also got another Gus staggering node. So, you got 2 Gus staggerings. So there's that. You got Unbending, which makes your defense can't be lowered, which is not that big of a deal, but there are some stages, especially, the users that, like, I think Sawyer, Beware, and Battle Villa, which, by the way, is now the 25th floor, so good luck with that. And units, like that do have, like, Rock Smash, that sometimes loads your defense, which is kind of annoying, so that would be good in those case scenarios. So it's not, it's not the craziest thing, but it's also not bad. It's also pretty decent, right? So you got Aerial Ace, Move Gauge Refresh, some Aerial Ace power-ups, right? There's that. More Gus and Aerial Ace power-ups. You're not gonna use Swanna for damage, I'll tell you that. Don't need to worry about that. Refreshing Rain restores the Pokemon's HP whenever it takes an action when the weather is rainy. That's nice. Swanna's decently tanky, right? Once you potential ticket it. Ramming speed, the more the user speed has been raised, the more it powers up moves. Again, you're not going to be using this to do damage, so this is kind of irrelevant. And also, it's locked behind your second dupe anyway, so who cares? So, yeah, there's that. And as for as for your nodes, or stat nodes, the stat nodes are all over the place. Since you got Gus and Aerial Ace, so, like, if you want to use Swanna as an attacker for some reason, it is a mixed attacker, right? So you got both physical with Aerial Ace and special with Gus, right? So we got attack nodes over here. Wow, that's actually a decent amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40 attack. And then, let's see, 20. Oh, 50. There's another one over here. 20. I guess 30 special attack. And then 15 special defense, which is more important, honestly. 10 defense, and then 15 speed, and then your sync move power-ups. So yeah, that's Swanna, right? Super excited to get Swanna's sync grid. More excited to get Swanna's next dupe when this event, runs back, right? So we get the second dupe on Swanna, so we could just, I don't know, break Balvilla, I guess. So yeah, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know, guys, think in the comments down below about all these sync and all that stuff. Like if you enjoyed this video, share on your channel for some more Pokemon Masters Con. We got actually a lot of more Datamined info coming out soon. So again, do subscribe to get all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in a bit.